Alright, Mir, this is a video I was looking forward to because we're going to talk about my boy Alex. Another VSkill 2 preview here. Mir, I'm going to start off by saying that we got a lot to talk about on this one. This is a pretty deep VSkill, and there's going to be a lot of questions that we have to ask despite them showing us a lot of footage. So we're going to try to control ourselves with the theories until I finish explaining absolutely everything that we see in the footage so far. But
okay,
I mean, it looks cool.
Listen to this theory then. What if Alex doesn't suck next season?
There's a lot of questions on characters that suck, and that might be good next season, but we gotta be careful, you know. Don't wanna get our hopes up. Happens every year. Anyways, okay, let's talk about Alex's VSkill 2. This one is called Overchain, and it requires a charge up, just like VSkill 1, where Alex like limbers up. I think he's stretching his legs with this one. And this gives Alex the ability to cancel a special move into another special move. So it's kind of like, I don't know, Bison's V-Trigger 1, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Except he doesn't have to use EX moves. He can do regular moves into EX or EX into EX or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So what's very unique and deep about this is it can be done on hit or block. So it's, you can go full Unga Bunga. You thought Alex was Unga Bunga before, now it's going to be really crazy, you know?
Yeah, especially when 4 Hard Punch will be plus 20 on block.
And reflect fireballs. Don't forget about reflecting fireballs, yeah. So, yeah, this allows Alex to do a bunch of new things, whether it's new block strings, frame traps now with his specials, or even combo extensions, of course. The first example shows in the footage is Alex doing a forward hard punch into standing medium punch, into an elbow, canceled into a stomp, and it all seems the combo. And then we see a block string where it just shows the stomp, and then which leaves Alex at -5, and then he goes into elbow from the stomp on a block string, causing a frame trap if the opponent tries to punish it. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mir. Oh no. And then
we go from something that's -4 to -2. We got an improvement here.
The stomp is -5. So, but and then we see crouching light kick into crouching light punch into chop into the EXDP, the one where you hit the knee smash and knocks you up for some mad Oki. So, yeah, a lot of great stuff here shown already, and it just gets everyone is going crazy right now on Twitter because like all the Alex players, all 4 of us, are basically just theorizing all the things that can be done with this. And Twister Rivera on Twitter took the time to really go frame by frame to see the charge up time, if it's similar to VSkill 1, just to see if one recovers faster than the other. And the charge up time is pretty much the same with what we can see. It's basically, if anything, it's like 1 or 2 frames faster than VSkill 1, but it's pretty much the same in general. So thanks for him for testing that out for us. Alright, Mir, time for the meat and potatoes.
Well, okay, I will ask one thing.
What's up?
See, like you said before, we see elbow into stomp.
Yes.
So, is it gonna be like Bison's V-Trigger 1, where it removes the need for a charge after the first charges are, executed?
That's a good question. I was thinking that too, because I'm thinking, Matt, like even if let's say you have to manually do these charges, this is gonna be hard for a lot of players. You know, it's not easy to do the charge cancels like that. Unless it's intuitive where they make it so if you do like elbow into stomp, for the stomp you just go down up kick rather than have to charge down back, right? And then do the crazy triangle box motion with the joystick. So I'm leaning definitely towards very high chance, I say 80% chance that you will not have to do the charge for the special, similar to Bison because they've already done it before. But if they don't, then this will definitely be something rewarding for high execution players to get more rewarded playing Alex and doing some of the crazier stuff. But I do hope they have it so you don't have to charge for the second special if it requires a charge.
Yeah.
Another question is, can you cancel specials on whiff? Full Unga Bunga.
I would highly doubt it. Imagine doing stomp into elbow.
That's cool, Mir. That's cool. Yeah,
that's
elbow.
cool until you play against it.
Bison can do EX Fireball into Stomp.
Dude, imagine doing Stomp into EX head crush. Like, what the hell?
Mir, this sounds amazing. You're getting me hype. You're getting me hype right now, okay? It's just there's so many things you can do, so many useless things too. What if it's like G, where you can whiff a stomp right in front of the opponent and then go right into a power bomb, like G, you know?
Buddy, please no.
This sounds amazing.
I mean, I assume that the canceling into the power bomb is gonna be mostly useful when they V-reversal.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I guess it'd be really dangerous to do it if you know that the opponent has Overchain.
Right.
So maybe
Right.
maybe we won't see that often. And I will imagine, I imagine that there's no tick throw situation where you can cancel special into command grab and it works.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt that will work. So I assume it's only for, or maybe for armor too. Actually, that might.
Yeah, for armor.
In case you do a stomp and they armor through it like Zangief or whatever, and you grab them out of it.
Or if Gil uses VSkill too, Mir. Gotta think ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then he will what's it called? He will cancel the recovery into a jump. Then
No,
because he's
man.
a god like that, you know.
Alex
He's a god like
defeats Gil in the storyline. It's leading up to this point. That's why Alex is as most powerful point here, because it's leading to Street Fighter 3 when he becomes the hero. It's all
mean, you
according to
see-
the plan.
Yeah. What's gonna happen is that the third layer is gonna be you do a stomp.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna jump because they're gonna expect the command grab, but you do a knee smash instead.
It's gonna be so unga bunga, dude. I can't wait to mess around with this VSkill. It sounds super fun. Okay, so let's talk about a weakness here. Will it go away if Alex, so the charge, you do the charge for VSkill 2. Will it go away if you get hit? And will it go away if your special is blocked? So when you do one cancel, does it go away? I think it's safe to say yes to both.
I assume it's gonna have the same rules as VSkill 1 in the sense that if you get hit, it goes away, and if you quote unquote waste your opportunity by having stuff blocked, it goes away.
Right.
But I mean, since you can do the special and block anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
it's a little bit better than VSkill 1, where if they block, it's not like you get anything off of your
That's
hard
true.
hit. You
Yeah.
just use.
You don't get the hard hit. Now, can you cancel a special into the same special? Stomp into Stomp Mirror? Stomps for days?
Oh man. Stomp doesn't even OTG, so
Elbow to elbow.
it wouldn't even be all that good.
Oh, man.
But no, I doubt it. It's probably gonna follow the same rules as Bison.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I
it's
think we're gonna have
gotta
some
be-
balancing issues with that.
I'm gonna cancel my command grab whiff into another command grab.
Yeah. So, like we were talking about before, there's a lot of things you can do with this, and one thing that's really important to point out that besides just the extra damage and extra options on block strings and pressure with Alex, it's gonna make his combos not only stronger, but it's gonna make him a crazier grappler, because now he has B&B's meterless that lead into hard knockdown, right? And this was pointed out by Prototype, another Alex player on Twitter. And so he's saying in the first example, we see him go elbow into stomp, and that is a meterless hard knockdown confirmed. And I don't think there's very many, if any, in Street Fighter V that doesn't require V-trigger. There's nothing like that. So imagine how scary that would be to get hit by Alex and all of a sudden it's a hard knockdown.
Well,
It's
another one is going into the EX knees match, because that one is also gives him Oki.
Yeah, but meterless
Because-
though. Meterless.
That is true.
Right.
But EX knee smash also has very reliable Oki.
Right.
It could be, like the thing with Stomp is that even though you can cancel a special into another, we're not guaranteed. Like, it's not guaranteed that it's gonna combo from every special,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the and maybe that could be the trade-off, right? Maybe normal Stomp is not fast, so that's where doing EX knee smash instead comes into play.
Right.
And of course, that one works better if the opponent's juggled, right? Because it can catch it out of the air and give you the same Milky every time. I'm not even sure if the Stomp has a juggle potential.
Yeah, I don't think so. If like the EX knee smash is good, but the problem with it, besides the fact that it costs a meter, also is that it has to hit a standing opponent. So there's another issue with that too. But like I said, an elbow into stomp doesn't matter if you're crouching or not. Hard knockdown guaranteed, and that will be really scary with Alex. Now, and I think it's balanced too, because even though Alex gets the hard knockdown, once you get command grabs with Alex, his Oki is over. he goes back to neutral. That's one of the things that makes him unique between the other grapplers, is that once you get grabbed, that's it. It's his cash out kind of move. Okay, so another interesting thing here is that frame trap. So in the preview, we see Stomp, which leaves Alex at -5, and then it shows Laura punishing him for it with a light punch. And then it shows him doing it again, but he cancels into elbow, and then he hits Laura because she gets frame trapped into elbow because it's a cancel. Now, there's a lot of things about this that'll add depth, right? Because now if the opponent is scared to punish Stomp, it's going to give you more options. It's kind of like Mortal Kombat almost, you know? Like, if you think about with their way their strings work, where you do these kind of... Well, elbow's not risky, it's -2, the light elbow. But you kind of make the opponent second guess themselves on punishing things, is what I'm saying. And let's say Laura was backdashing or jumping, and she was airborne, and you get hit by the elbow, then, like you said before, like Alex might be able to follow up with an EX knee smash, right?
Yeah.
Which would be crazy. And then this is where it'd be mind-boggling, is we don't know this because we haven't seen the footage of it, but it's a theory, is that what if you do a stomp, and they're blocking because they're scared to punish it, even though it's -5, and you cancel it into power bomb, and it grabs them.
No, I think what I said before applies. I don't think that will ever work as a pick throw. I personally don't think so. Cause
what if it does?
That'd be really stupid. Because I mean, we all love Alex and all, but this character's already pretty unga bunga, to be fair.
It's not our fault. It's Capcom's fault.
Yeah, well, I mean, but the character's in the game, so you know, you gotta deal with that. Right. So hopefully he doesn't do that, because G, people like G, and then they didn't like G, so hopefully it doesn't the same end. I will say that there's definitely a lot of creative options that you can, employ here in the applications of VSkill 2.
Yeah.
But it's also important to remember that just like VSkill 1, it doesn't necessarily solve the fact that Alex doesn't have a good neutral. So it's really easy for him to get hit on the way in, and then you're back at square one, where you have to use it again.
Right. Exactly.
You could argue that you have more long-range options if you're relying on specials, because of course you can do, for example, to get in, you can do a light elbow into a flash chop, for example, for extra damage.
Yeah.
And that could work even on block, right? Because of pushback and all of that. So maybe this VSkill will have, you will have an easier time using it, just because of your specials being a little bit better for the way you play his neutral.
There'll be some hilarious critical art chip like block strings and stuff. Elbow chop, super.
But then again, his VSkill 1 is also pretty powerful for damage.
Right.
Stun combos.
Right. So back to the stomp frame trap thing. Like even if, like I said, if the opponent's afraid to punish it and they just block, even if you don't cancel it, and if you can't cancel a power bomb, it's still gonna allow Alex to do just throw. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be able to, or continue the block string from there. So it's like I said, it gives Alex options for sure. Another thing too is that the heavy chop forces stand as well. If you can somehow come into that, and you can go into the EX knee smash as well, and the V trigger 2 combos are gonna be much stronger as well, because they added so DDT can combo from the first hit of the EX elbow, because that forces stand. So you'll be able to do like a chop into EX elbow into DDT. It will still help his V trigger 1 actually too, right? Because you can go chop right into elbow into whatever. So there's a lot that adds to both features now that I think about it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like VSkill 2 is more about I guess the idea is that it lets you convert into more damage in Oki through your specials, while VSkill 1 is about converting into more damage,
right,
and Oki through your normals, right? So that it's kind of like two faces of the same metal in a sense.
Yeah, so like I said, I was just thinking about all the things that forces stand for Alex to land that EX knee smash, and I can only think of just like the first hit of the EX elbow, which will require a lot of meter because then you're burning 2 bars, and then his heavy chop. which can only be like combo from, you know, counter hit, heavy punch, right? So there's not much you can do there, unfortunately. What else here? So, like you mentioned before, we're talking about how, what do we lose if we lose VSkill 1? Because Alex, one thing that makes him really powerful is he got some of the best stun combos in the game. If you stun the opponent with Alex, they're pretty much dead, because you get a guaranteed crush counter even after they're stunned. And if they're in the corner, you know it's going to lead into Oki too if they somehow survive. So will he be able to make up for that lost damage with VSkill 2? Because he does still get combo extensions, but what could you do to the opponent if they're stunned in the corner? You'd have to do something like VSkill 2, you know, jumping heavy kick into lariat, into like medium punch. You'd have to go into somehow. You'd probably have to finish with EX knee smash, right? But you would want to land that heavy elbow though, because you want to go into the down forward hard punch into EX knee smash anyways, right? So he has to be able to somehow combo into the heavy elbow, right? So he has to go from like a heavy chop. I'm sure someone's gonna figure out something.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then he loses damage, you know?
Yeah, I guarantee that he's not gonna be able to combo every special from every other special. Like there's gonna be some limitation to the strengths, and you know, not everything's gonna work. Especially, you know, when it comes to a heavy chop. Otherwise, you'd be able to do like, I don't know, light elbow into heavy chop into the backdrop.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
That'd be like a 20 billion damage.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. Yeah. So, I mean, and this is another thing that you brought up as well, Amir. We have to really consider, like, as great as all these setups and ways that you can, like, that changes how Alex plays and stuff sounds great. How practical is it that Alex is really going to get this VSkill out? I mean, with VSkill 1, they've been trying to work on this a lot. They made it so he gains V-Gauge when he just uses VSkill 1 raw, right? They made it so he can cancel into it after a special, which is risky, right? He can go stomp into V-Skill, right? Take a risk, and then if he does, he gets Oki and the V-Skill. They're trying to give Alex more ways to land that V-Skill, but when you watch actual, like, high-level Alex matches, you don't really see Alex get away with that V-Skill too often. And I think that's going to be the case with V-Skill 2 as well.
Yeah. I also wonder, because we said before that it's probably going to be like V-Skill 1, where if you take damage, it goes away.
Yeah.
I wonder that since it applies to special, if it applies to armor hits as well, in the sense that maybe I was thinking maybe this V-Skill could be a little better in zoning matchups, because you can use it for EX elbow, for example, to make it more safe on block, or, you know, just convert off of it if it hits. But then I wonder if the property goes away if you eat a fireball or something, you get hit. Right. So that's another interesting thing that could happen. Hopefully not, otherwise that'd be really silly in the other sense.
Right. I think, like, if the setups and block strings, they find out, like, if you can go stomp into power bomb, if it's really powerful, I think Alex players is going to evolve to the point where Alex will give up Oki for V-Skill 2. Like, if he, you know what I mean? He'll use that time to get the V-Skill 2 up, to keep the pressure. I think that's what it'll evolve to. So hopefully we'll see. Like I said, if he's able to cancel specials into the V-Skill 2 in general, then that'll help him a lot and make him more fluid during the match. But we'll have to see.
Also, actually, another thing that I just got reminded, one of the buffs that Alex received was that he's able to cancel the recovery of the stomps into V-Skill 1.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so like if you can do it off of the stumps for V-Skill 2 as well.
Right.
That'd be really good, because you can combo into the stumps from, you know, V-Skill 2.
Exactly.
That you can do elbow into the stomp into the V-Skill again.
Right.
So there could be a sort of loop in a way. I mean, even though you don't have super powerful Oki after.
So, I guess I want to end this by saying that, like, I really like these kind of changes specifically for characters. I mean, besides the Unga Bunga-ness. Like, for example, this kind of reminds me of when Zeku got changed, where he's able to change into forms mid-combo constantly like that. Even if it's not a straight-up buff, I like the changes that make the characters more fun or more deep in general. And, yeah, you know, it is, you know, theoretically it is a buff overall when you make a character more fun and deep, but I really, one thing that people really like about balance patches is they like to play their character differently or re-look at their character and make the game feel fresh again, right? That's why we want new mechanics and such. So this is one of the better designed V skills that I've seen so far from all the previews, I really like this one for Alex, and I think this was a great idea so far in general. So I hope Capcom has more of these type of V skills for other characters that are starting to get stale, right? Because they've been out for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we'll see it in matches. Hopefully we'll see Alex players in the first place. But then again, hopefully we'll see Alex players actually being able to use this in a match, because Alex's neutral is not quite stellar.
Be careful what you wish for, though, Mir. The Unga Bunga's coming.
That's true. But I mean, I can hope in Capcom's moderation, in the sense that they will not allow him to cancel into a power bomb on block and tick throw you. That'd be something, I think.
It's gonna happen. I know it. All right, guys. Let us know in the comments below what do you guys think about this V-skill for Alex. Do you guys think this one is interesting? And what kind of crazy setups you guys can imagine doing with this? Let us know. Be sure to like the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel. And we'll be back, guys, for the next VSkill 2 preview video as they get released. All right, guys. Take care.